Want to take a quick look at the gold market this morning. Um, we've got clearly we've got a massive attack. Not surprising ahead of the FOMC meeting where the Fed is almost certainly going to cut another 25 basis points. So the dollar is likely to take a hit. Um, the attack this morning was obviously to try and drive gold back below $1,500. But we saw something very similar in May, multiple attacks actually. But there was a buyer that defended against those attacks. And I said at the time that it was potentially setting up the banks to get caught in a huge short squeeze. This is what I'm talking about here. The banks are trying to manufacture a bloodbath phase so they could get out of their shorts. And the buyer would buy the market back up after each attack, forcing the banks to add more and more shorts to their position. And then they got caught in this short squeeze, and it cost them billions. We could potentially have the same thing about to happen again. Apparently the banks didn't learn their lesson from what happened here. But we need to see some evidence that the buyers are going to come in and defend against the attacks. Right now we've just got an attack this morning, and I would think they're probably going to be pretty relentless trying to keep gold suppressed ahead of the FOMC meeting. So it's going to be important to see what happens after the FOMC meeting. If the buyers step in and defend against the attacks and try and catch the banks in another short squeeze. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to what's happening today. Obviously, this is just an artificial move ahead of the FOMC meeting, and I suspect they'll continue to try and keep gold suppressed below 1,500, at least into Wednesday's rate cut. After that, it will become important. If we see the buyers step in and push the price back up, then I think that would be confirmation that we've got a defender that is going to again try and trap the banks into a big short position and trigger another short squeeze. I find it hard to believe that the banks would be stupid enough to get caught in this twice, but we've clearly got an artificial move down today. So like I said, I wouldn't pay too much attention to the gold market between now and Wednesday. That they're gonna attack gold, and they're gonna keep the pressure on. They're gonna try and keep it pinned below 1,500. It's what happens after the FOMC meeting that's important, and then will tell us whether or not the buyers are going to attempt to trap the banks in another huge short position and squeeze them again. And if they do, then gold will be set up for another big, strong trending move similar to this.